everyone, Steve Jackson with Imprintables Warehouse here, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different with Corel. I had a request for working with Twill Stitch Pro, which is a applique embroidery program available through Imprintables Warehouse, and the question was the customer was trying to make some patches with it, and he was trying to set it up so that it would be able to put down a tack down line and a placement line off of a custom cut shape. So I'm going to show that process now. This is the outline shape that was in Corel. They sent me an EPS file that corresponded with the outline of a DST file or embroidery file that they would be running on the machine. So what I did is I brought in this line that they sent to me, the EPS file, and all I'm simply going to do is export this so we get it prepared, and that would be Control E or File and Export like I did right there. And we'll put it on the desktop, and we'll call it Butler, because it's Butler Chiefs was the DST file he sent, but I want Butler. And I'm not going to save it as a EPS file. For going into Twill Stitch Pro, the PLT file or the plotter files seem to work a little bit better. So I'll use a PLT file and call it Butler, selected only. We don't want anything else on the screen. I don't need the whole page size and everything, so we're just going to do that selected there. And we'll hit Export. And it'll come up with some options here. All the default options are fine for this one. We don't need to do anything extra. And it's exported that for me, so I'll minimize this screen, and here's our Twill Stitch Pro program. Oops, you don't need to see my email. Here is Twill Stitch Pro. So let's maximize that. And what I'm going to do is import in that artwork. So import the artwork, and we'll go to the desktop, and we call that Butler, I believe, right there, the plot file. And you can see the outline right here. And I'll hit open, and it brings that file in there for me. Now, I have noticed every once in a while this file, for some reason, oh, it did it right this time. When I did it before, I must have doubled up on it, and it came in twice. This time it only has the one right there. So what I like to do is, if we've got a cutout already, and I need to put that onto, I've got a hooped area on the embroidery machine, and I just need an outline for it. So we'll take this artwork, and I'm going to right click and convert to, and call it a tackle twill, because I'm going to do a placement line, a tack down line, and just a quick tackle twill on it to hold everything in place real nice and firm. So we'll change this over here. I don't need a real wide one, so we'll do 2. And we'll do a placement line, and I'll put a stop in there and a tack down line so it holds it in there for me, and stop, and maybe the placement I'll put normal and the tack down we're going to put like 25% in. So you can see the two lines that came in here. There's the placement and the tack down, those two there, and I've got my tackle twill going around. So the first one would do the placement line all the way around it. Then it would stop the machine. I would place my piece of twill or whatever other fabric I had on top of it, and it would do a tack down line after that. And if I wanted to, I could go and trim around that piece of fabric there if it wasn't a pre-cut shape. And then we've got that there. The next step is he already had a DST file or embroidery file, and we just want to place this on top of it so that everything goes as one shot. We can save it as a DST file there and run it through the machine. So to do that, you're going to do File and Merge. And Merge will let us look for that DST file, which was Butler. And there it is, the file right there, and I can see everything in this Butler, and I hit Open, and it actually places it directly on top of it there. So I've got everything that I need. So let's take away some of that. We'll turn these little eyeballs off. So there you've got the patch outline, if you will, and the placement and the tack down line, and also a tackle twill to hold everything in place. And then it would stitch next this portion here, the applique stitching all around it, and the person on the inside. And then last but not least, the last color there, it's going to do the lettering that they wanted in. So now simply I would take this whole design, and I could do Save As. And we'll drop it on down and make it into a DST file. You can see all the different versions of all the different embroidery machines here. We could pick whichever one we wanted. The customer in particular on this one was using DST for Tajima, Baradin, or any of those types of machines. They also have the Baradin specific ones down here. And we could pick it, where was it? DST, right there. I missed it. And I could call this Butler Chiefs New, and we have a single file that does everything for us. So real quick and easy how to use Corel Draw to set up that outline, and how to properly export it to use for Twill Stitch Pro, and how you can use Twill Stitch Pro to create a patch, custom one-off. You could change the numbering and lettering in here every time if you wanted to, and hopefully this helps you out. If you're looking for other other tutorials that you might need some help with, make sure to send me an email. The information is listed below on my YouTube channel, and visit the garmentedge.com for any articles or tips on the industry. Thanks for stopping by.